welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is the place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual. I share my asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live. Like now, I post a new video and useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form, or you just want to give this channel some love. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. So in a moment, we're going to be doing a film review of Lost in Space. Oh, I can't wait to do this one. Anyway, first of all, if you didn't know who I am Sandra Burmy, and I'm an author of an Asexual Perspectives 47 Asexual Stories book. This book is available on Amazon, in Waterstones, and also on Barnes & Noble website, so don't forget to grab your copy of that. And I'm also the author of this fibromyalgia self-help handbook, which has currently got 7 5-star reviews. So, well, it's got reviews on there, and I should say 7 5-star ratings, 3 actual written reviews. So yeah, go and check that out if you want less pain, more energy, and to feel happier. If you've got fibromyalgia, it'll really help you, and if you haven't got fibromyalgia, it'll still help you. See, I've got tons of energy. And yes, so Lost in Space. I absolutely love this film. I love it. So there's going to be spoilers come up. I used to watch the series of Lost in Space on TV. Yes, it is a bit of an old series. And of course I'm young, so it's kind of weird. But anyway, I loved Lost in Space. I love robots. I have a real fascination for them. And there's a robot in this, as you're probably aware if you've seen the TV series. So this is the film that was at the cinema. And this is really, really incredible special effects for its time. So basically the Robinson family, this is these people here are from the Robinson family. So there's a Robinson family, it's a husband and wife, and basically daughter and son. So it's a family of 4. And there's also an older daughter as well, so it's a family of 5. And so basically Earth's resources are running out, and they are supposed to go into space for a 10-year trip to inhabit Alpha Prime, because it's supposed to be the only inhabitable other place besides Earth. Earth's resources is getting used up, so it's up to the Robinson family to save the world, basically save the Earth. So yes, it's very, very fascinating. Really good storyline. So this guy here, you might recognise him, Matt LeBlanc, who was in Friends. Not playing himself, obviously, but yes, he's really good in this. I do think he's good looking, I have to say. So yes, I like guys that have got short, dark hair and are clean shaven, which pretty much sums him up. So yeah, so anyway, he is used to going and fighter planes, basically. Oh, hello, Liam. Hello, beautiful Sandra. You're stunning as always. Oh, thank you, darling. Lots of love to you. So yeah, so what happens in this movie is this guy, Matt LeBlanc, who's playing a character, he basically in this is playing like a fighter pilot. He's really good at handling like fights in planes, and he's used to going in big, like he's used to going in kind of small ships, small planes. Where do I get ships from? Small planes, but like fighter planes, and he's used to doing a lot of stuff, and basically he's got quite a big ego on him, and he is the one that's given the mission to be like the pilot for taking the big ship out for this 10-year journey with the Robinson family. So Mr. Robinson, that's him there, he is like the captain, and he is like the main pilot. So they have like conflicting views in the film. He fancies her, which is Mr. Robinson's daughter. So one of them, the oldest daughter. So there's kind of this sexual tension going on between them a little bit. So this film doesn't have sex in it, but it does have sexual innuendo, like sexual connotations and implied sex in it. So it isn't completely squeaky clean. And this one is a PG, right? This is a PG. Look, PG, right? So basically, He makes a lot of advances sexually towards her, but she basically makes smart remarks back, even though she secretly likes him. She basically makes smart remarks back, so he has to drop his ego a lot in order to win her affection in the film. So there's like a love story going on, but there is sexual tension because clearly he's on about the bedroom a lot. It's really unnecessary, you know, in a film like this, especially a PG, but he's supposed to be macho and brave, you know, have a lot of bravado and ego. So I suppose you could say it fits in with that kind of image. But it's like, oh, you know, it does get tiresome. And then Mr. Robinson has a wife in it, and you see at one point they're in the bedroom kissing, but the door's closed. So you're meant to imagine the fact they've then gone on to have sex. So this isn't a completely innocent film like that, like in that way. But you can't see any nakedness that I can remember, no nakedness and no actual sex itself. There's Will Robinson is the very young boy in it, and now Will has this is the boy Will in there. Now there's a stowaway in the actual plane, and the stowaway is this guy here called Dr. Zachary Smith. Now he is a baddie, and he jeopardized and sabotaged their flight, and Will has this robot, and Dr. Zachary Smith put basically this new program memory chip in there to override his systems to kill the Robinson family. Only the thing is that he's got Dr. Zachary Smith is like up to no good, and he's given this mission, but what happens is this guy who's like leader of him, giving him instructions on what to do, he has this message for him that kind of like self-destructs in his hand, and it gives a signal out, and then he bashes his head, goes unconscious, and the plane takes off. So he stows away in the plane that he rigged with the Robinson family in, with a robot to kill the Robinson family and to destroy the big big plane. Why do I keep saying ship? Like starship, big starship. Yes, I knew there was a ship in there somewhere. So anyway, they get aboard on this big starship, and yes, my mind's like going woo woo tonight. And anyway, it's massive, and yeah, the robot does attack. It tries to kill the Robinson family. It causes destruction and everything. And it is a good storyline because Dr. Zachary Smith wakes up, pretends he's bashed his head, but they found out that he was trying to kill them, and that he reprogrammed the robot. And so it's up to young Will Robinson, to actually change the robot. He keeps some of its memory banks, and he changes him back into being a good robot, gets rid of the wrong memory banks. So I really love the robot in this. I always loved him as a kid. I think it's so cute. I just have the robot. I was actually watching a program today, video today about robotic dogs. It was really weird and scary how good robotic dogs are. Maybe I don't need a robotic boyfriend. I'll have a robotic dog instead, because they're smaller and more obedient. And also they were doing lots of tidying, and they were getting into nooks and crannies, cleaning, you know, picking up items of clothing and stuff. So I thought that was very funny. I'm like, yes, maybe I need a housework person, because I hate have a housework dog. Cute, lovable, can get in nooks and crannies which aren't of a sexual nature, and can do your cleaning for you. So anyway, so it's very good. I really loved the storyline. And so basically, Dr. Zachary Smith has sabotaged the plane, and because of this, and because the robot wreaked havoc on it, he has to basically try and get out of this situation where they're plummeting towards this planet that's on fire, and the whole plane's starship is going to burn basically. And so but the only way of doing that is by putting this thing in motion where it sends them to a different time in space, and they don't have a clue where they are going and where they are. That's why it's called Lost in Space. Now this, if you don't want to listen to this storyline, don't listen any further, but this gets a very interesting film, because what you find out as the film progresses, there's an invasion of spiders in it. I will tell you that now, and that is some pretty amazing special effects, and you're kind of thinking, oh my god, there's all these metal spiders all around me and they're trying to kill them, because obviously you're kind of thinking in the action for the characters, and you're like, oh my god, stay away. They're coming out the ceiling and stuff. I don't like spiders. I'm really putting myself off now. But spiders is a huge theme in this movie. It's metal spiders, robotic spiders, but it's like, I want a robotic dog, but not a robotic spider. And these are lethal. They eat their own. That's part of the storyline as well. There's significance in that. But yes, so it's very, very interesting because they land on this thing that's like another spaceship thing. And when they land on it, they're trying to find life there. And they find like this little monkey creature. There's still something else. And then what happens is all these they look a bit like chrysalises, which is usually used for caterpillar. But these are spiders and like they're chrysalises. And then they hatch from it. And then they all pull down into this spaceship that's like in space that they've come across from their own spaceship to explore. And there's all these spiders chasing them, everything. But what's weird is they then begin to realise things later on, because this pilot here sees some videotape and footage of his friend, and said it was, we've been trying to find you for years and it didn't work. And that's where the tape kind of runs out. And so you start understanding that what they're in this plane is like them in a future life, and it's their plane that's basically like crashed. It's really, really, really weird, but it gets hinted at because they see the Jupiter 2, which is the starship like they're on, and they see that. But when they go across to when they go across to this other plane, they see the old wreckage of them basically. They don't see, I don't know if they see parts of it actually they see the message from his friend on there. I think they see parts of the wreckage on there, but later on, when they carry on their travels a little bit more, when they get away from these spiders, they go to this other place and they realise that this other place is where their plane crashed. So basically, they've travelled through time to a future which is like 20 years ahead of them. And they have to the Robinson family have to save themselves in order to protect the future of the Earth's existence, because they're the ones who've got to save it. So, but at the end of the film, they're still lost in space. It's very, very, very interesting. I don't know if I should share with you the major twist, but there is a major, major, major twist in the storyline at the very, very end of the movie before they get really lost in space again. And it's this that's been a very central theme. There's something I haven't told you about this movie, and it's to do with the relationship between Will and this little Will here and his dad, Will Robinson, and his dad. So he's always had an awkward relationship with his father. Oh, hello, Greg. Lots of love. I watched the new Netflix series version. Oh, did you, Greg? Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. Lots of love. Oh, right. I haven't got Netflix. I don't watch any or subscribe to anything like that. So I only ever get discs, because I just like them, and I don't like turning my TV onto terrestrial, and I don't like paying subscriptions, so I just buy them, and I tend to watch them over and over and over and over and over and over again. I've had this one for a long time, actually. 1998, I believe this came out. So yeah, it's now in 2021. I've had this quite a long time. Not that I'm that old, but you know what I mean. But yeah, it's really good. There's a new series. I have to say, because I watched the old TV series, I probably would be very interested in that, actually. Like, I don't watch TV, but if someone had it on, I'd probably be like, I don't mind watching that. But yeah, I mean, there's a twist in this. Eddie, I liked the original series, Lost in Space. Oh, you liked it too, yeah. Lots of love, True. Nice to see you. So that's what I was saying at the beginning of this video. I like the original series, Lost in Space. It was great. But I do like this movie. It's really, really good. I would highly recommend watching this movie. It is a really good movie. I liked it a lot. Dog dressed as a giant spider. I haven't told them that bit. That's a bit that I kept secret. It's all right. Don't worry, Eddie. They won't know what it means. I might have spoiled it anyway. But yeah. So basically, there's a few underlying themes with this. One is the Robinson family. It's are basically trying to save the planet Earth, but their whole family is falling apart. It's a very dysfunctional family because the dad is never there usually because he's too busy trying to be on missions to save the planet Earth that he's got no time for his kids. And this is an underlying theme, and it's this theme that has the twist at the end because he doesn't have time for his genius son. And Dr. Zachary Smith, who's a baddie, befriends his son because his dad hasn't got time for him. And that happens to be very dire consequences in the future of that, which is it's really good because I do like movies that show that show in the future what this future could be like and you could prevent it. Liam, sounds like an interesting movie. Thank you, Liam. Yeah, it is. Always lovely to see you. So yeah, really good movie. I do like movies that kind of show what your life could be like if you chose in a different way. And I think that's true in life, really, that, you know what I mean, that we all have decisions to make in our life, and every decision, at any given moment, something could... Do you have a phone or an iPad? I do have a phone or an iPad, but I don't want to pay for Netflix, and I don't want to pay for Netflix or anything like that because I don't watch TV. And, if that happened to be a free episode on YouTube, then I would watch it. But, it's not something I'm having to do, got the urge to do, but I don't want to buy Netflix. I don't want to subscribe to anything like that. I'm all about saving money where necessary. Do you know what I mean? So, and I don't like watching TV. I've got so much to do. Like, you might have noticed I haven't been on here as much as I usually am. Partly it's because I'm still not 100% well. So I'm still signed off sick by the doctor to the 28th of February. So some days I'm all right, and other days I have pain and stuff going on. And I'm also really like in the evenings I'm working hard on getting my Asexual Guide to Sex book finished now. I really need it out. People are really saying, where is it? They want it. And I had lots of admin stuff to do last month. I've still got admin stuff that I've had to do this week as well, and it's gone on for longer than I expected. So that's why I've been a bit up and down with my, with being on here. But I've tried to do shorts in between, because I couldn't always do the chats. There is a movie browser web. Not quite sure what you mean, Greg. But, I have an iPad, but my iPad's pretty full. That's what I use to record my videos. Like, if I do videos that are not live, I use my iPad usually to record them. And my phone. But they're switched off at the moment because because I was doing video editing. I've got video editing. I've got a lot of stuff that I'm doing, but I usually do my stuff in the evenings throughout some of the night. But last night I went to the toilet. I fell asleep, and then I went to the toilet like 3-something in the morning, and then my bulb went bang because I was watching this. Actually, this is a long movie, but I started watching this about 10:30 last night, and I wasn't done, I think, till 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. Then I was watching the bonus features because I always love watching bonus features, and there was a lot. And then I actually fell asleep. And then about 3:10 in the morning, I went to switch the light on to go to the toilet, and went bang, and the light bulb basically blew the whole lighting out. And also, it was dangerous because it came off from the metal bit. The metal bit of the light bulb was still in there, and the glass had broken. And it gone near my foot. I was lucky it didn't hit me in the face. So, yeah. And so, Greg, I recommend watching it on your iPad. But how would you watch it without... Oh, that's where you can watch the new series for free. Movie web browser. Oh, right. Okay. But what movie web browser is it? Because obviously, Google's a browser... Is that the name of it? Movie web browser? Because I don't want to pay for it because I'm not that, it's not like I need to watch it. I try to cut down on watching stuff. Oh, thank you, Liam. Thank you. Yeah, so I have to rest more than I usually would at the moment, but I'm a lot better than what I was, but I can't be on here quite as much as I usually am. It's called My Flixer. Okay, I'll write that down anyway. On a piece of paper. Ow. Yeah. So, yes. So, yeah, I mean, yesterday I had loads of paperwork to do that took, like, several hours more than I thought it would be. So, I've written down my Flixer now. Thank you for that. So, yeah. So, yes, I was doing some of my Asexual Guide to Sex book today, but I was having to redo and re-edit some of the beginning bits. I still haven't finished it yet. But because with me, if I've had a break for a few days to do admin and stuff, I have to get back into it again. So I have to reread a lot of what I've written to get back into the flow of it, because when it flows, it reads much better. So, yeah, but going back to this, don't forget to watch this movie because it is really, really good. It is a very good movie, and I did like the twist at the end. I really like the twist. I like the fact that it was, like I said, it was showing a future. And I think in real life, you know, every decision we make could take us down a different path. Some people ask me, you know, do you believe in fate? Do you believe in luck? Do you believe you create your own destiny? Or do you believe that your destiny is already, you got to eat? Okay, Greg, nice to see you. I ate before I came on here. Have a nice food. Thanks for coming. So yeah, it's not going to be too long tonight anyway, but yes, so going back to what I was saying, yeah, some people say, do you believe, you know, you create your own destiny, create your own fate? Do you believe your destiny's already written? I believe both to a certain extent. I believe you create your own destiny overall, right? I believe you choose the paths you go on, and I believe you are presented with multiple paths and options, but I do believe that you have to follow your intuition and be guided by it, and it will tell you what you must do next. But the thing with intuition is that could make no logical sense to some other people. People that are not in your situation, they might not understand you. They might not see your logic. But if you feel it's right, if you know in your soul, in your body and your heart that it's the right thing to do, you need to do that. Because if you don't, you're pushing against yourself. And if you push against yourself, you lose yourself and your soul. And you become detached from it. And then you are anyone's game. People can manipulate you more easily. People can persuade you to their thinking. You can end up being in a life you don't want to lead. You can end up doing a job you don't want to do. You can end up being in a home or situations you don't want to be in. So I would always, always, always say to tap into your intuition. Now, the only way you get to have your intuition is when you start noticing things consciously about yourself. So instead of just living like everyone else lives in a bit like a box and they're unaware of themselves, the greatest gift you can give yourself is self-awareness. This is where you reflect within yourself and you really truly begin to understand who you are by spending time with you. And it's only in them moments that you understand who you truly are that you can start making more of the right choices and decisions for you. But you know, this takes a lot of bravery, because you have to admit your weaknesses and your strengths, and you have to know and understand yourself more and more. But it's only through trusting your intuition. I'm guided by my intuition. I cannot go against it these days. These days, whenever I go against my intuition, it's like killing my soul. It's like I'm dying inside. And that's not a place I want to be in. So I always think that movies like this that really test your mind and that make you think, you know, like, what would you do in that situation? What path would you take? And what would happen if you did take that path? And this is very much like this film. Very much like this. Because it's all about the fact that the Robinson family made certain decisions, especially the father. And did he make the right decisions? And at the time, in the current time, in the beginning, he didn't. And he has to suffer the consequences with his family, basically. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you everything that happens in this movie. Just there's a lot of subplots going on. I really like the movie. I really recommend you go and watch it. It's really good. And, you know, just go and get it. It is really good. Like I said, there's no sex in it. There's no nudity, but there is implied sex in this. There is sexual innuendo as well, sexual sexual talk, you know, like he's clearly after the woman, the eldest daughter, you know, and on about going to bed with her a lot, or that she keeps repelling his advances out, even though she secretly likes him because she's smiling the whole time throughout the movie. So anyway, I love the robot. I love the movie. Really, really good. And I would just say go for it. And anyway, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in tonight. I love you being here in chat as always. Thank you, Liam. Thank you, Greg. And thank you so much, Eddie. Lots of love. Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and please hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I go live or post a new video. Liam, lovely to see, love you, Sandra, always interesting to see you. Love you, Sandra. Oh, lots of love for you, Liam. It's always lovely to see you. Brighten my day and my night, since it's night here. Anyway, take care, subscribe, and hit that bell icon if you've not already done so to notify you of every time I go live like now or publish a new video. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Lots of love. Nice. Thank you, Liam. Take care. Bye, Greg. Bye, Eddie. Bye, Liam. Lots of love. See you again.